I just want to show this so that you can see it, appreciate the things that you see in film. Alicia Gray is one of the greatest hook artists in the WNBA. Move into the space with Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner's just gonna elbow her in the face, just kapow. Like, but also, I want to point out all of you up there that loop in our vets about being slow and not running the court. Okay, now I'm gonna be honest. This actually made me angry. Like, what is happening that is possible? I'm not gonna crash out. I'm not gonna crash out. I thought they were so slow. I thought they had a walker out there. That's why I've been convinced by the comments around this team. The wheels are off at this point. The wheels are off. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have no wheels. The steering wheel has broken off. We are in trouble. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I had the distinct pleasure of going through the Atlanta Dream Fever Game 3. It was a slog. I'm gonna be honest. And there was some good things. There was some bad things that need to be cleaned up. Some few little alarm bells, but I just want to kind of like talk about the team, where they're at, where they're going. Now, Caitlin Clark is going to be returning for the Liberty game. We got that information today. I think that it's obvious that having a player that averages 19 points and 10-ish assists, that number will probably even go up over the course of the season as the offense improves and the team gets better. I think that obviously affects a lot of how the team is performing. And in that 4-game stretch, the initial 4-game stretch that was projected, going 2-2 is about what I hoped for. I thought that would be good. I think Aaron McDonald helped a lot in that stretch, especially winning that game against the Mystics, which are a good team. And then we went up against Atlanta in this game, which Atlanta, just to be honest, is a very good team. They're good outside shooting. They are good inside with their 2 bigs. They're a good basketball team. With all that said, let's dive into the game, and I promise it won't be that painful. All right, here we go. First play of the game. Lexi Hall is going to get beat here by Jordan Canada. It's going to be a short miss, and now we have off the miss. We have Lexi Hall getting the ball, and then we are off to the races. You can see we got Colson, we got Mitchell running, we got Natasha Howard in a full sprint, we got AB starting to run down the court. We are in a transition offense. This is what we want to see. We're playing with pace. So we bring the ball up. Lexi Hall is going to look up. She's going to pass ahead to Natasha Howard right here, who's going to get the ball. Right, we're ahead of pace here. Natasha Howard goes, okay, I have a one-on-one. She's going to drive in, little pop over the top, and boom, we get a bucket right away. Great start, playing with pace. Love to see it. First blood. All right, next defensive possession. Here we go. Ryan Howard's going to drive to the left. We're going to have a switch right here. So now we have a mismatch. Lexi Hall on a giant 6'7" Olympian. So we will see what we are going to have happen here. And so Ryan Howard recognizes it. We get the ball in. But what do we do? Okay, Bree Jones is out on the arc, but are we really worried about her getting a 3? Aaliyah Boston says no. She's going to give help defense. And really what we're going to do is we're just going to make life hard for Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner hates difficult stuff. She misses the little bunny. Boom, good defense, good help defense. We're stopping the inside, nothing outside. So far, so good. Here, we're just going to have a typical high screen action here from Aaliyah Boston. Going to do a little roll down here. However, when she does move into the space with Brittany Griner's just going to elbow her in the face. Just kapow. Like, pain. Sad face for Aaliyah Boston. I don't know why she did this. It seems pretty flagrant to me. I don't know why it was reviewed, but just watch. And boom. And she's spinning around. And there's another foul. And Brittany Griner's like, oh, why am I getting a foul for just elbowing her in the face? That's crazy. And I don't know if she was trying to brace for impact or what, but like, regardless, you now have 2 fouls on Brittany Griner. She's going to go sit. Of the starts you could have in the game, Jordan Canada, look at her face. She's already over Brittany Griner's ish right now. So like, we're going to have a snare where all we got to do is stop Bree Jones. So 3rd time's the charm, right? We're going to get a little screen for Kelsey Mitchell to come down here, get a pass on the low block, or potentially get points here. And we're just going to run it. So there comes Kelsey Mitchell. She's going to get the pass. However, she gets stuck. I would have really liked a secondary action from Howard a lot sooner, or at least following, so that we at least have somewhere else for Mitchell to go, or when she drives or tries to make a move, we have another pass outlet. We're still going to get a play, though, out of this. So she's going to drive, and then Aaliyah Boston finds the nice open spot, and we have a wide open 3, but we miss, which is a theme for a lot of this game. Wide open 3s, and we're just freaking whiffing. We're just whiffing all night. So now we're in transition. And the problem here is, hey, Bree Jones, the woman we got to stop. Bree Jones literally just buries Aaliyah Boston. Like, she should not get the ball here. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. She's going to get this ball. And then the other part that kind of makes me upset is Natasha Howard runs all the way down here, leaves her assignment up here wide open for a three. However, like, girl, you're down here now. You're down here now. You're not going to be able to recover out here even if they do pass it. But she panics and tries to get out here when really give Aaliyah Boston help. She's underneath the basket. She's alone. She's on an island. This elbow's hooking around. It's going for 2 points. Go down there and make her kick it out. Make them take the shot. They were 0 for 8 in the first half. Like, I know that you want to stop the three, but I think maybe this is where coaching is getting in her head of like, oh no. And she panics and runs this way. And Brown Jones just was like, yep, easy points. Give me the points all day long. Here we're going to see one of the more successful pieces of the Fever half-court offense, which is the DHO, which stands for a dribble handoff. So basically what's going to happen is that we're going to have a big like Aaliyah Boston. She's going to get the ball. She's pretty good with the ball. She's going to come down here, dribble, penetrate, try to get to this elbow. Kelsey Mitchell is going to get a screen here from Natasha Howard so she can curl around. And then she's going to get a handoff up here. So she'll get the handoff right here. And then when she gets the handoff, she kind of uses Aaliyah Boston as a screen, which leaves her wide open to take a shot. This is fairly successful for the Fever, and let's watch it in action. So Aaliyah Boston's going to come down. She gets good penetration. Kelsey Mitchell doesn't fight over. She fights under. And then she's going to come around, wrap around here, and then be open for a shot. So here it comes. There's the handoff. Wide open shot. Can't follow. Great 2 points. Great dial up and offensive play for the Fever. Again, off of that, good transition defense. Natasha Howard going to get some good pressure there. Now, Lexi Hall in perfect position here to get this ball and then push up the court. So let's see us in transition. All right, Lexi Hall gets it. She's driving up. And one thing that's like a little bit sad in this, right, is so Colson's actually moving pretty fast. So I think Lexi Hall is going to push the ball this way. However, Aaliyah Boston's kind of jogging. But if she was sprinting, this becomes a big threat because she can get ahead of these two players. And if she's ahead of these two players, then we're in a situation where we can get a 2-on-1 isolating Breon Jones, but we're not going to get that. Instead, the ball's going to kind of be pushed over. And then even here, these two players, they are not looking at Aaliyah Boston. Now, pass is a little high to Colson, but if this was, let's say this is Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston runs through this lane down here, pass hits her, boom, 2 points. All day, every day. But what happens for the Fever here? Nothing. We kind of post up. We get another foul down low. And again, another foul on a big. Like, this should be good stuff. But we're still, you can see where we're missing. The players that are on the court are not the players that are looking for that. And we're not having the hustle to make these plays happen, which is the frustrating part of the offense. And I don't think this is Stephanie White telling them not to hustle or not to make these passes. I think it's just the players aren't confident to make these passes and the players aren't running, because we heard all preseason and heading into the season, we were going to run. And so the fact that some of these players are kind of jogging or kind of settling for half court offense is a thing that I hope that when they watch this film, I hope that when we see the Liberty game, obviously Caitlin Clark's going to be a big deal because she's going to be back for it. But when we watch the Liberty game, like, they better be running. And I hope that Steph White watched this tape and she is forcing the run. If I see lollygagging again, trust me, I will be there. I don't know why I'm looking over here. I have an off camera over here, so like I keep looking over there, but I will call it out because this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable that we're hanging points up because we're not hustling and we're not pushing the plays. We stabilize here, which is great. It's 4-4. Now we're gonna run another play, and in this play we're gonna get a lot of ball movement into Kelsey Mitchell touching paint and then making a play. So out to Howard. Howard's going to swing it out to Mitchell. Mitchell's going to see the open lane and immediately react on Gray, start to drive. Help defense is going to come down. And Aaliyah Boston, because this player is going to follow Howard, Aaliyah Boston's going to kind of just be left open right here. So they all collapse. Aaliyah Boston's left open. And Kelsey Mitchell's been going to a lot of Pacer games, and she's been watching Halliburton with those jump passes because she's been doing this a lot lately. And she's going to jump pass to Aaliyah Boston. Easy 2 points. She makes that all day, every day. High conversion rate. They should be looking for this play constantly when they can. Now, this is a thing, again, that plagues the Indiana Fever. It just feels like sometimes, like with rebounding, it's like they don't hold space. They don't hold like they don't seal and hold the block out. They sometimes just have no hands, like they have oven mitts on their hands and they can't hold that ball. But here, the Fever do such a good job of defending this that Alicia Gray now comes in and she's going to try to make a shot here. It's going to be blocked by Howard. It comes off the boards. But then Alicia Gray, who shot the shot, somehow bodies Aaliyah Boston, pushing her back, gets the ball, and she doesn't make it off of this, but she gets a shot off and gets to the free throw line. This should not be happening. How are we letting Alicia Gray, little guard, push our big centers and forwards out of the paint and get rebounds? Like these second chance points should not be happening. The Fever are gonna run a good offensive play. This is again bread and butter, good reads from them. They're gonna go into a motion offense, lots of ball movement. We're gonna have Colson come down here for the screen. Instead, Kelsey Mitchell is gonna backdoor in case that's open, but they have the help here, so that's not gonna be covered. So then we're gonna have Aaliyah Boston bring it around, and we're gonna have another little kind of cut back here, and we're gonna have just a nice little read from Colson. So Colson comes back, there's a little pass, and the defender doesn't try to fight up on the screen. The defender kind of curls around and then goes under. And if the defender goes under, then that means we are wide open here for a three. And thank goodness that we finally make one, because we really needed one to get going in this game. And the Fever run this play all the time. If you go under that screen, that high screen, whoever's there, if it's Kelsey Mitchell, if it's Caitlin Clark, if it's Lexi Hall, if it's Colson, they're going to sit there and they're going to pop back and they're going to take that three. Yeah, you get some good, here comes the bad. And so you have perimeter defense, everyone out here. You have an isolation down here, already not looking good for Aaliyah Boston. But Aaliyah Boston is going to get shoved in the locker by Brown Jones. Brown Jones, easy, gets the ball down here. Now, in these scenarios, what you kind of need to do is you need someone to cheat down. You need someone to be able to cheat down and help, especially for if you're going to deal with a team like this. Again, they're so focused, though, on this perimeter defense. They don't want to get beat by threes. They just made a three. They're trying to set up lots of plays. They've taken open threes. They've missed some of theirs, but they're like, hey, we will win this game out if we force them down the paint. So they're trusting Aaliyah Boston to win this. The problem is Aaliyah Boston she just gets demolished down low. Absolutely demolished. This is one of those things that's like false positive habits. And it also illustrates the thing that is missing from the Fever offense when Caitlin Clark is not in. Because all the last games I've pointed out, even Ari McDonald, the only other point guard-esque player on this team, is not connecting on a pick and roll. They haven't run a single, they've run a pick and roll, but they never pass to the roller if they're open. So let's just watch it here again. Motion around, ball move around the end. Here we're going to have the DHO little screen action here, and then we're going to have the roll. So Aaliyah Boston, again, little screen. She's going to roll. Kelsey Mitchell's going to come around, and then you have the option to keep going, adjust, kick out, or you can pass to the roller. In this case, right here, now, props to Jordan Canna for being pretty fast here. Kelsey Mitchell just kind of pulls it back, but normally Caitlin Clark would push this further to kind of push this gap to try to get it to Aaliyah Boston. However, that doesn't happen. And now we're just kind of in this like Lexi Hull's out here waiting for a pass. Now Ryan Howard's going to close her out really fast, but she's out here ready. But Kelsey Mitchell sees nothing. She just sees, I'm going to drive to this hole, because that's what Kelsey Mitchell does. She touched the ball and she's just going. So she's like, oh, all right, we're going. Aaliyah Boston's sealed. She's raising her hand. It doesn't matter. And she's going to go straight to the hole and she's going to make it. But at the same time, it's like we're ignoring all the other offense that's out there. And I'm sure that, like, while great, we love the end result. Again, this is one of those false positive things that if you're trying to build the offense and you're trying to build the right reads, it's going to be rough over time. Here we are again on defense. Lexi Hull is going to close out here, arms up, but they're going to feed into Brittany Griner. And now again, new squad in or whatever, but this is the perfect time where Lexi Hull is not far away. Brittany Griner puts this ball down on the court. She should be helping. We need to come in here. We need to swipe, make sure that she picks up that ball and she doesn't get to go to work. Because if we all sit out here guarding our player, that's great. I get that that's the focus. But you're already sagging off here, Lexi Hull. Just go, help out. But instead, ball goes down. She kind of waits, and 2 points. Here's another example of we have transition opportunity, but the Fever just don't capitalize. Lexi Hull, great hustle play, knocks the ball away from Brittany Griner. Like this should be good for us. So let's play it out. Brittany Griner, transition. And again, the other thing that kind of makes me upset about this is Kelsey Mitchell is fast. Kelsey Mitchell's real fast. Why are you not going? Aaron McDonald, you're auditioning for the league. Why are you not going? The craziest thing about this is Dontas is the one. Look at her. She's sprinting. She's putting in the effort. Brittany Griner's not that fast. Brittany Griner realizes she's hustling. The one saving grace of these two lollygagging is that Dontas should be able to cut this lane. DeWanna Bonner should hit her. We should get 2 points in transition. But what happens? DeWanna Bonner kind of slows up here. She's too afraid to throw this pass. And we just kind of, we don't capitalize. And it's just so frustrating. Now, Dontas didn't have a great game, but this is just another, again, earlier interaction. We're not looking for Lexi Hall, who's going to try to cut here and get through the ball. We're going to take a shot. We're going to hit iron. And then we're immediately in transition here. DeWanna Bonner backpedaling down the court. But again, the biggest problem in transition against this team is Atlanta always takes advantage of transition. We've seen it multiple times now, where Brittany Griner, she's down here. She's down in the paint. She has position, and she's just going to get the ball, and there, immediately has it, and she's going to go to work, where, again, I would love for one of these players to come down and swipe at her when she puts the ball on the floor. You have to do that against Brittany Griner. She is a 6'7" Olympian. She has soft touch. She's one of the best players in the game at this position if you let her go to work. And we just keep letting her go to work. And so sure enough, here it comes, and she's in. And DeWanna Bonner, comes in here in half efforts, but it's too late. It's like you need to go down quickly in order to stop her from getting in here and getting this 2 points. And she's going to get an and one out of it too, which, again, insult to injury. Now, what I love here is, I want to also highlight when good plays happen. And DeWanna Bonner does know her personnel. And you can see right here that she is just like active hands. She's swiping in here. She's being annoying. She's also cutting off the left-hand side for Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard, you look at all this space, you're like, why is Ryan Howard not going to the right? Ryan Howard loves to go to the left. Super comfortable left, not comfortable to the right. And you would think in a game like this, you would want her to be able to take this on for all the accolades she get as a star player. But the reality is this is the read. This is the film. And it works out great. Ryan Howard sits here, doesn't make a play. Her teammate kind of stops the potential opening, and she's going to pass it out. Again, everyone thinks our defense is terrible. There are things that stick out and poke you in the eye, but there are times where we're good. And here's an example where we're good. Everyone's doing their job. So here we go. Colson feels the screen. She's going to take the ball handler. Howard is going to flash that she can be help on this one. So when Jordan Canada goes to drive, they double team. Immediately, Colson's going to switch back, cover the perimeter. Howard going to take Canada to the baseline. As they come in, you also see that Lexi Hall comes down to help. Dontas is going to go here, cover Brianna Jones. Ari is keeping an eye out for the perimeter shooter right here. So they're going to go in here. Lexi Hall stunts. She goes back out. They have coverage still on Brianna Jones. Jordan Canada can't get the ball in. So what do? Lexi Hall comes down, shows. They bring the ball out yet again. Here we have another penetration. Lexi Hall stunts, but then she gets out for a closeout, makes a difficult shot here from the perimeter. Shot misses, and now we're in transition offense. This is just good, active, everyone kind of covering the options, and much better than the other examples we've seen where we get really dicey in transition. So like I said, now we're in transition. This is great. Natasha Howard bringing the ball up. Now, the great recognition from Lexi Hall. She's ahead of her player. So she's going to cut back door. The issue is that Natasha Howard is just going to make a not great pass. She's going to do a bounce pass through here instead of just going over the top, catching her in stride so she can jump catch down low and put up for an easy two. And it gets intercepted because, players on her, players smart. And that bounce pass just didn't really have as good of a shot of getting through. And so again, it's another example of we're so close. We're so close. And a better passer makes a better pass there, and we convert for 2 points. Now, this is something I want to see more of. Not the walk up and just huck up a three part of it, although we do have 30 seconds left in this quarter. But I want to see the crashing the boards. Because right here, Natasha Howard, you can see her from out here. She sees it, and she's going in to go and try to get a rebound and make a play here. And I like to see her come in, gets the rebound, easy 2 points. None of their bigs are down low. More of this, please. More of this. We do see it from Natasha Howard and DeWanna Bonner. Again, the vets of the team. but like we leave so much on the table when we don't do that, and especially when we're having a tough night shooting like this. We play the dream again on July 11th, and I swear to all that is good in this world, if I do not see better defense on Brianna Jones or Brittany Griner, I am going to cause a riot, because we're going to just see, again, mistakes yet again, or at least no help. And so clock winding down. Again, we have Brianna Jones getting a good seal right here. Coulson just in the middle of nowhere, like pretty deep in. At this point, you are so deep, Coulson, that even if you wanted to close this out, it's not a great play. I'd rather just have you just trying to cheat and play between, but just go down. As soon as the ball hits the floor, jump in, get in there, mess it up. But no, ball goes down. She's still kind of creeping out this way. Look at this dribble. I don't even think this does this look like a really well-controlled dribble to you? It doesn't to me. It doesn't to me. Get in there, Coulson. But no, we're just gonna give up 2 points. This is the first quarter. This is only the first quarter. This is the best quarter, by the way. The best quarter. Now, Aaliyah Boston, she is relentless. She's relentless. She's going to get this bucket. It is such a hard bucket. It's not a great shot, but watch how the Atlanta Dream deals with a post like Aaliyah Boston. Watch Jordan Cannon here and Ari McDonald. Does she sit out here and just stare at Ari McDonald the entire time? No. She's on the hunt. She's going to swipe at this ball. She's going to try to mess up what Aaliyah Boston's trying to do. And the other thing that's key is situation. There's only 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Even if Aaliyah Boston drives in here, if she throws it back out to Ari probably doesn't have enough time to shoot. And if Jordan Canna messes up this dribble at all, Aaliyah Boston doesn't have enough time to put up a shot. Now, Aaliyah Boston is going to muscle her way in there and make an amazing shot. But again, that's how you play defense against bigs like this. That's how you should be playing. That's like every play to make it difficult. Make them make that shot. Make Brittany Griner try to make that shot over and over again. She's going to miss a lot more. Again, I just want to show this so that you can see it, appreciate the things that you see in film. Alicia Gray is one of the greatest hook artists in the WNBA. We should call her Captain Hook because she is good. Watch her get the arm around, get that hook around Kelsey Mitchell and just drive and take this shot. Like it is beautiful. Like look at her get in position, just kind of working Kelsey Mitchell, dribbles back and forth, and then boom, right there. Look at this. Look at this elbow up here. Kelsey Mitchell, I don't even know where her head bat is back here, but there's no saving this. Now, again, no help here. Faux pas. I don't know why Aaliyah Boston ever has her legs crossed like this down low, but the hook, the shot, easy points for Alicia Gray. Like, dang, man, say whatever you want about Kayla Clark. I mean, like Alicia Gray, like that, she's a master right there. Now, I said that we don't run the pick and roll. This is the one time that I've seen. I found it. I found the hidden gem. Now, it is a very ugly impression of Caitlin Clark, but it does work. And so let's watch it in action. All right, Aaliyah Boston's going to get the ball up. We're going to do a little pass here. Aaliyah Boston's going to do the screen, and then we're going to see a roll towards the basket. Duana Bonner comes up here, gets the separation, and then we see kind of like a jump and then like a bounce pass that goes through here. Boom, goes under. And then these players could be here all day long. Aaliyah Boston could pass that if she really wanted to, but this is just free points. There's no way they are stopping Aaliyah Boston from going to the hole here. Easy points. Great pass from Duana Bonner. And this is one of like the only times in like 4 or 5 games that we've run an actual pick and roll and given the ball to Aaliyah Boston. All right, off a missed basket. This is what I'm going to miss about Ari McDonald. I'm going to miss this. But also, I want to point out, all of you up there that loop in our vets about being slow and not running the court, look at Howard. This is where Howard is right now. Tell me she is not running the court. Look at this. She's speeding up. Brianna Jones is like 7,000 feet behind her. She is driving in here. She's going to put her body on Ryan Howard and shove her in like she's doing her best Brianna Jones impression. Look at this. And Ari sees it, and Ari's just going to give her the ball. And one, it was great. One-on-one. That's everybody else is out here. You got one-on-one. And Natasha Howard just says, yeah, I'll take this. I'll take you, Ryan Howard. Easy peasy. Get the foul. Put the pressure. This is the stuff I like to see. All right, want to know what I love? I love to see adjustments. Because look what Duana Bonner is going to do. Duana Bonner, she is keeping her eye on Brianna Jones. And guess what happens when Brianna Jones puts the ball on the floor? What? Oh, ball on the floor? Is this help defense? I think it's help defense. I think we're actually gonna go. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's mythical unicorn. And look, the ball made it out of here, but they didn't immediately burn us for 3. They're trying to pass around, and they're gonna give it to Alicia Gray, which obviously is a good person to have the ball in. But like, hello, that's what you're supposed to do. And we go here, she loses the ball, the clock runs down to 0, and we have good defense. Ladies and gentlemen, they did it. They made adjustments. Coach Stephanie White probably told them, like, yo, what are we doing here? Adjust it. If she puts the ball on the floor, go double team her. Love to see it. You know, Dantas had a bad game this game because this is another scenario. So we're gonna get the feed the ball to Dantas, and Dantas gets the ball up here, and I'm sure that there's like a clock ticking in her head that's, you know, ticking away of like, oh, I need to make a shot. I don't know what I need to do, but court vision is important. And DeWanna Bonner is gonna make an amazing cut backdoor here. If she was awarded by Dantas, this is a free 2 points. You can see her right here. Boom, she's going. This is gonna be free points. Ryan Howard's stuffed up here by her own teammate Natasha Howard. This is free points, but unfortunately Dantas doesn't fake. She just takes the shot, and unfortunately she hits iron yet again. And now this is the other part. I talked about this. They just have like, I don't know, like this is gonna be like terrible, like I don't like mitten hands like up here, but like I just have to draw this out because this is what I feel like. I don't know if they have boxing gloves. I don't know what's really going on here. I don't know what's going on with their hands. But it's too much because look at this. Can't hold the ball, and it bounces away, and oh, it's not our ball. But no one on the Fever can hold on to the ball. Get him some stickum. Get him something. Like, please, somebody. All right, name a more iconic thing than the Fever jacking up threes and hitting iron, because we have another one right there. And thank goodness, you know, Dantas gets the rebound. All right. And we're going to reset. We're going to do a little reset. Let's throw it back out to Colson. All right. So what are we going to run? We're calling for the screen, and we're going to go, and it could be a pick and roll, but instead Dantas gets caught up. Colson just kind of throws the ball out here, and then Dantas fumbles, and Alicia Gray, a better athlete, knocks the ball away, goes the other way for 2 points. It's like, do you think that's how Stephanie White drew it up? Do you think that is the offense that she's trying to run for the Indiana Fever? Now, this is just a tough one. Kelsey Mitchell going to give Alicia Gray a dose of her own medicine. We're going to get the hook. She's going to drive in. She's going to go up to shoot. Now, I do not believe that Bree went straight up here. She's like moving laterally and bumps into Kelsey Mitchell. This should probably be some sort of foul. But again, physicality in this game. Kelsey Mitchell was never really able to get going. She was very frustrated. By the time she made a basket, she was yelling at the refs and getting a technical and wiping out her own progress. But she hits the floor, and now they're in transition on us. And of course, here's a very common thing: is full head of steam. Bree Jones, DeWanna Bonner is not coming and picking her back up higher. So she is going to get the Aaliyah Boston treatment because she is not as big or strong as Aaliyah Boston. And she's going to get stuffed into the locker. This is the easiest position to catch and shoot for a big like Brianna Jones. Again, DeWanna Bonner being a pro, going to miss her against the Liberty. Here we're going to see her get the switch onto Ryan Howard eventually, as Lexi Hall is going to extremely overchase past this screen. She way overshot here. And so DeWanna Bonner is going to have to guard Ryan Howard now. So the switch is on Ryan Howard. So again, she's taking away Ryan Howard's left and going to force her to the inside of the floor on this one. So Ryan Howard's like, okay, I'm gonna take it now. Ryan Howard goes in, but again, she's not as good to her right side. She's gonna stop. She does a little slip, and then now as she recovers, DeWanna Bonner with those long arms is gonna slap that ball out of her hands, and we're gonna go the other way. Love to see it from DeWanna Bonner. Here's another. I'm gonna miss Ari McDonald because she's gonna touch paint and do what Kelsey Mitchell forgets that she can do. She's gonna pass out to Hull for one of her few touches to shoot another three. We're not gonna be successful, but I'll get to it in a second. So here, let's see it. There's the drive. Ari looks out, the pass out to Hull, and Hull is going to get ready to shoot. But again, pay attention to DeWanna Bonner, our old slow vets. And what is she going to do? She's going to run in, crash the boards like Howard did, and we're going to get a bucket out of it. She goes in, jumps in, steals the ball away, gets 2 point. That's the kind of effort you want to see from our vets. And this is just frustrating because minute left in the half, DeWanna Bonner is going to come off of these screens, going to curl in, be wide open for a pass. The problem is that Aaliyah Boston's actually going to drive in and kind of cover that moment. Pass doesn't get off, and it's going to lead to some frustration, understandably so. So DeWanna Bonner, great move here. She's open right here and can go through. However, it's not going to happen. Aaliyah Boston kind of drives into it. The ball gets fumbled. And this is one of the things that I watch this where it's like, I kind of like, yes, I want them to be able to hash out mistakes, but this team doesn't have a short memory. They hold on. They get technicals for stuff that builds up over the course of the game. And you can see like this, they have a defensive stand. This is right after that play with DeWanna Bonner. And immediately after the ball goes out of bounds, they're immediately talking about the misplay there. And you can see them talking back and forth. Like, and DeWanna Bonner's trying to say what they're trying to do. And it's like, Aaron McDonald's like, man, this is where our head's at. Like, I mean, we need a little bit shorter of a memory. There's 37 seconds left in this quarter. Let's focus on the plays in front of us. And we can talk about it at the half. We can clean up after the half. Okay, now I'm gonna be honest. This actually made me angry. Like there is 6 seconds on the shot clock. 28 seconds left of the half. This should be a hard shot to get off. So what happens? They pass in. Graduates has it. Time's ticking away. They get to Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard taking a difficult off-balance shot to shoot this into the hoop. This is a hard shot to make. And all we got down here is Alicia Gray with 3 seconds on the shot clock. What could possibly happen? Immediately puts it back up and gets... How? Why are we not blocking out? Like, what is happening that is possible? I'm not going to crash out. I'm not going to crash out. This is just sad times, you know? So here we're going to see them run a play. Gray's going to come down here. Gray's going to set a screen. And there's going to be a wraparound and go to the basket. Colson's just going to follow her, run into the screen, and be trailing the entire play, which is, I don't know why. Like, I don't know why we're trying to fight down into this corner. Like, if she really is going to go down and out, like, you could just follow her. Like, if she's going to get it out here, like, fine. But then go around this way. Like, why are we fighting around this? And instead, we just get a perfect little wraparound. Aaliyah Boston does her best, but Alicia Gray's too good. Alicia Gray's too good. You can't be a step behind her like that. This is another thing that makes me angry. Again, you can only mess up so much and then continue this. So we give the ball to Colson, and here's what I see and what Kelsey Mitchell's probably thinking in her head. Alicia Gray's like, she's like posing. I don't know what she's doing. She's adjusting her goggles up here. I don't know what's going on here. But Kelsey Mitchell just boom, speed to the basket, over the top, send it, go, let's go. Instead, Colson's going to do this rehearsed scripting where she just throws it out here. Kelsey Mitchell goes like this, and it just flies into the ether. Like, what is this? Like, why are we not free flowing? Why are we scripted into this? Again, I very frustrating. Kelsey Mitchell, or get the ball, give it to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell, all right, now we're going to push. We're going to push. You can see Natasha Howard over here is going to speed up and try to cut through. Again, we're going to try to have something happen here. Kelsey Mitchell is going to drive, going to sit here. We're going to get cut through the lane. Lexi Hull's out here in nowhere land. We have a screen, and Kelsey Mitchell now off of this transition play. We're not driving and touching paint and trying to dish and find something out. We're just going to jack up a three again. Yay. Oh, like, come on. Like, why is this what we're going to do? We're going to get there really quickly to brick a three. And that's like the story of this third quarter and the rest of this half. All right, now I want to bring some sunshine because we can't just sit in I can't just wallow in the darkness. So here's Aaliyah Boston actually playing good defense. She's going to be fighting with Brittany Griner, gets her up on this high block, and she is going to just be very patient. So doesn't bite on the move by Brittany Griner, then sits there. There's a rotation in, just actually pulls a Brittany Griner, just keeps the hand up, waiting for the shot, and just bats her away, catches her nicely, stops the shot from being on target, and now we get a chance to go back the other way. Oh, and what do we do off of that miss from Brittany Griner? Oh, is that Natasha Howard? Is that our old slow vet going coast to coast down the lane and making a basket in transition? I thought they were so slow. I thought they had a walker out there. That's why I've been convinced by the comments around this team. But look at her. She's putting in effort to run the floor. Put praise on the woman's name. She hustled this game. Now here's something very familiar. We have a low post pass to Brianna Jones. This should be buckets, but what are we gonna see? We're just gonna see a little bit of threat on the dribble here from Howard to make her pick that up. And now she's stuck. Now she's gonna pass out to Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner take the three. I would rather have Brittany Griner taking threes than Brianna Jones taking easy buckets underneath at the post. And sure enough, she's gonna miss. And again, good defense. Again, we just have to show it. Once that ball hits the ground, we show. All right. So DeWanna Bonner does her homework. Does Colson do her homework? What is going through Colson's head here? She's on Ryan Howard. What do we talk about? Ryan Howard wants to go left. Right now, Colson, she's doing a good job. But what does Colson do? She shifts over here. Why? This is everything Ryan Howard wants. Ryan Howard's like, oh, really? Oh, you'll do that? Okay, sure. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna put up a basket. Now she misses. Thank goodness. But that should have been 2 points because we're not knowing our personnel. We're not playing her correctly. Here we are in transition again. And then Bree Jones is going to do what she does best. She's going to take her defender and just put him in the locker, take the ball. That Howard, that could have been any worse, girl. But again, 2 easy points for Brianna Jones. And this is the start of the pain train, which is going to be a spoilers, a lot of reverting to bad post defense. Here we are, Alicia Gray driving. She's going to put up a shot, and then we're going to see Bree Jones just walk in here, get a free rebound and a free bucket. Like, what? Why are we not stopping this? She gets multiple rebounds. Probably could have got an and one there. Come on, Fever, rebound. Holy hell. Now here, Dantas is like, Brittany Griner is going to finesse the crap out of Dantas. That's what's going to happen here. So you see, she kind of in this low block. Gray is going to drive. And then we're gonna see, this is so cute. Brittany Griner is just gonna like fall back, just kind of nestle right here, and Dantas is gonna go to give help, and Gray's just gonna hit her. Easy buckets, one step in, boom, off the backboard. Gonna make that every day, all day, twice on weekends. Here, this is just a tough one again. Another show the physicality that when the Fever talk about physicality, what they're talking about, and sometimes it's like it is like tough hits, get on the floor. And so if it's just like incidental stuff that adds up. The elbows, the hooks, the whatever. And so Lexi Hull is going to do a good job of coming down here and giving help onto Brittany Griner. The ball is going to kick out, back out here to the top. And then since Lexi Hull is trying to recover so hard, instead this player is going to just drive on her, but instead going to just run right into her, kick her onto knock her down onto the floor. But as she goes by after that, she's going to kick Lexi Hull in the head. You're going to see it right here. So boom, she hits the ground. And then watch her head here when she gets down. Boom, kicks her with the back of the shoe as she comes by for the bucket. So again, just like this is like little stuff that just really sucks. And I'm sorry, Sophie Cunningham, but this doesn't get called a charge. This is just again more beginning of the end, down by 9, and Gray is a good player, and she's gonna blow by Lexi Hull here. There's no stopping this. Straight to the basket. Boom, gets her. Lexi Hull loses position, and yeah, this is the wheels are off at this point. The wheels are off. Now the wheels are off. We are skidding down the highway. Sparks are flying off, but at least we have a steering wheel so we can kind of, even though it's sliding and grippy, we can kind of steer our vehicle. Kelsey Mitchell going to get a drive here, going to get a shot up, makes a really tough basket, wants the foul, but she's not going to get it. Gray going to get up off the ground after getting smushed, and she can't handle it. She's yelling, and she's going to get about to the 3-point line before she crosses the line, and she yells at this ref over here. Ref's gonna tee her up, and now, ladies and gentlemen, we have no wheels. The steering wheel has broken off. We are in trouble. No steering wheel, no wheels. We are completely wheelless. We're skidding towards the cliff, and Leia Dream have the ball, and for whatever reason, Colson comes over here as Kelsey Mitchell tries to fight over. I think we're like in a zone here, and we're just leaving Alicia Gray wide open. The ball is going to dribble penetrate. Alicia Gray, as open as someone can possibly be. And ball comes out. Wide open 3. Bang. We are over the cliff. Oh, I'm sorry. We have no wheels, no steering wheel. We are over the edge of the cliff. We're falling, but there's also a pit of lava because we're just going to give Bree Jones another easy 2 points because Dantes can't guard her with 1 second left of the quarter. And the Fever are done. We're done at this point. There's no recovery to be had. Hope in the fourth quarter does not materialize and they go on to lose. And so I think we can wrap it up here. So to take away from this game, there were some positives in the darkness, at least the fact that, hey, there were defensive adjustments being made, understanding why the scheme was being done to protect the perimeter, but ultimately adjusting to help slow down the bigs, although ultimately we could not stop Brianna Jones from just shoving us in the locker and bullying us. And Alicia Gray just is a great player and found many opportunities to score on us. Now, on the offensive side, very frustrating that there's lots of moments where we tried to push pace or we're mildly successful, but we really need someone like Clark in there to make it happen. Shout outs to Natasha Howard and Dewana Bonner for showing a lot of at least initiative and effort in a lot of these tough moments. Mainly Natasha Howard for running the floor in many moments and keeping our pace up. It's credit to her, not even some of our younger players. And so there are good bits and pieces to take away. We do have some bread and butter plays, but when Caitlin Clark comes back, we can play more in transition. We can actually have a real pick and roll added into our game. And hopefully if Natasha Howard is also pushing up the floor as well, we can capitalize on that. I just think that this overall was a game where the Fever shot tough. They tried to adapt. They hung with the Dream, who is a good team for a large portion of the game. But ultimately that third quarter, they just fell apart defensively. They just couldn't make a shot offensively. And they got themselves in such a hole falling off that cliff into the lava. There was no recovery process that could be made. And so I want to see when obviously Clark gets back, improvement should be noticeable. Now she does have a quad injury still that she's coming back off of. So we won't know how limited she will be. They're also in the Liberty matchup. There could be a chance that there is no Jonquel Jones. We already know there's going to be no Phoebish. So this could be a game that the Fever can actually steal. And I really hope to see from Coach White, again, more of the adjustments, more consistency. Again, coaching the players to be putting in effort and getting on them when they're not putting in the effort, pulling them out of the game if we have to. And also, please, 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 I want to see Kelsey Mitchell. Just, again, if she wants to drive, if she wants to put her head down, that's fine. But it needs to be in the goal of touching paint to make a pass, to make something else happen. I want shooters to shoot. But when we're having a hard time on nights, I think it's more reliable instead of just trying to take everything to the hole on a night where you're getting beat up to instead look for the outlet passes, make your team better, get the other shooters involved, get them going. And hopefully we can actually see a much better performance from the Fever. But if not, if we do see glaring holes, I'm going to be here to point them out. I'm going to be more critical of White after the next probably 3 games. I think 3 games is going to be the warm-up period. I think that they've kind of been stunted because Clark has been out with their development process as a team with the offense. So it's probably going to be a 3-game warm-up, in my opinion, of seeing the full flash thing. And if we're not seeing, again, progress towards that, if the stats are still kind of trending down instead of back up with Clark's return, then we'll start talking about the coaching and other things they can do to make the team better for the long haul, for the playoffs, for the stretch that matters. And I think they can get there. But again, we'll have to see, and I look forward to the Liberty game on Saturday. So let me know down in the comments below. Did you find any of these clips helpful? Were there any aha moments for you? Do you disagree with any of the takes in this? And as always, remember, you're going to be amazing today because you are amazing. And I'll catch you next episode.